The Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre, and Gunnis Forest Plan revision is a proposal to establish a forest plan in the GMUG region of Colorado. The overall objective of this project is to improve the management of socioeconomic and ecological sustainability efforts within parks and multiple uses of national forest land and resources. Specifically, the conservation of ecosystems that are severely underprotected and vulnerable, the protection of key habitats for rare and imperiled species, enhancement of landscape connectivity for species movement and survival, the defense of regional water sources, and providing fun, safe outdoor recreation are considered of utmost importance. Simply put, the U.S. Forest Service is aiming to protect, restore, and expand across 3 parks, or 3,161,900 acres of land. The old management plan is outdated and unable to manage increasing usage and environmental changes over the landscape that have accumulated within the past 30 years. In order to best preserve the landscape and the species that call the GMUG forest home, revision is necessary. Road density, trail maintenance, invasive species, dams, and climate change are some of the most notable concerns within the GMUG revision plan. Unpaved roads and poorly maintained trails that cut through the landscape are prone to spreading loose sediment and promoting runoff into bodies of water utilized by wildlife. The North Fork of the Gunnison River and Gunnison Basin geographic areas have approximately 75% of their watersheds rated as poor for the road and trail proximity to water attribute. In the Uncompahgre Plateau geographic area, almost half of the watersheds were rated as fair, and about 1/4 were rated as poor for this attribute. While on the subject of aquatics, dams within the GMUG region are known to fragment aquatic ecosystems, impacting spawning efforts and flooding the terrestrial environment. The GMUG has an estimated 3,657 miles of perennial streams and rivers, 1,390 miles of major intermittent streams, and 5,815 miles of minor intermittent streams. Without intervention, these ecosystems can expect to face drastic damage. Invasive species create unfair competition with native organisms, threatening the balance of the food web and decreasing biodiversity. Climate change occurs everywhere, not just in the GMUG region. However, due to the high-altitude environment characteristically catering to a fragile ecosystem, the effects of climate change specifically within this area can be detrimental. Events such as severe weather and temperature extremes threaten the survival of both plant and animal species. Through the decommission of trails, the closing of unnecessary roads, the removal of fencing, and limitations placed on motorized recreation, the revision plan aims to both decrease soil erosion and gases contributing to regional climate change. Insecticides developed against invasive species will be dusted and sprayed over vulnerable areas, in addition to the manual removal of unfavorable species and administration of medication to native organisms in the event of poor health as a result of an invasive presence. Biological evaluation and analysis will be employed throughout the entirety of the revision plan, as to not contribute to the loss of viability for any of the regional forest or sensitive species known from the GMUG, and to provide a process to ensure the regional forest or sensitive species receive full consideration in the decision-making process associated with the revision of the forest plan. The U.S. Forest Service is consistently supporting the natural function of the ecosystem, while simultaneously removing common stressors across several regions within the GMUG parks. Overall, this EIS was done exceptionally well. Throughout the document, the goal and plan for the GMUG region was clearly reiterated, with a heavy emphasis on public opinion and how each decision may affect surrounding communities. The amount of information provided for the plethora of species and range of habitats was incredibly in-depth, with the health and safety of these ecosystems clearly communicated as top priority. The project was described with clarity and ease of understanding. Careful consideration of alternatives was evident. Detailed descriptions of the environment and its inhabitants, in conjunction with any and all effects that may be seen, were provided, and mitigation efforts were concise and communicate the heavy importance of resolution. In my opinion, this project should go forward. The GMUG region is in desperate need of updated management tactics. This EIS eloquently provides a substantial amount of information on species of concern, regions in need of rehabilitation, and several detailed mitigation processes the area is eager to employ if improved, while involving local communities in every step of the way. After reviewing the document and assessing the quality of content, as well as developing an understanding of the Colorado environment, I believe this EIS has the full ability to bring restoration and abundance to the region while completing the goals set.